Hey everybody, welcome back to WDRB Morning. So glad you could start off your Monday here. I'm Candace Clift.
I'm Chris Suter.
And I'm Lindsay Allen. Everybody had a nice weekend. You were traveling.
I was down in Nashville.
Celebrated a big birthday.
Yeah, my wife's 40th. Man, that's the birthday that doesn't end. She went to Disney World and we went to Nashville. And
wow.
Yeah, I know.
It's quite the celebration of Katie Suter.
Yeah, you know, it's a big
Deserved.
milestone, sure. She works hard every day, takes care of the kids.
That's right.
Takes care of me.
She deserves it.
She does.
She does.
Love and pamper her with everything. My wife has a 40th coming up pretty soon, Suter.
What are you doing?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. A little time to plan. I will love and pamper her. I will guarantee you that. I'm not stupid. This is live in Simpsonville, where the fairways are frosty and the wind is light. Today's winds might not even get above 5 miles per hour. Most of the time, you're not even going to really feel it. And that's probably the main contributing factor to get those 20s out and about. But it's going to warm up bunches in the afternoon. Right into the average temperature is how we should finish this up. The average high is 57 degrees. Let's one up that. Let's do 58. How's that sound? Will it work for you? It work for 58, Mike? All good. There you have it, man.
Right. Speaking of numbers, you said your wife's going to be 40 soon. So what are you, a cradle robber? What
Very soon.
Were you in a high school and you met her in what, like preschool or something? What's the deal with that?
And this is taking a turn.
All right.
Love you, Mike.
We'll let you off the hook. Hey, good for him. Good for him. You know what I mean? Good, good. All right. Today is a big day in Bullitt County. Yeah. Because we have a bridge that is going to be closed down right there at Floyd's Fork Creek. Look at the 44. It's already backed up heading over into Shepherdsville because with this road closed down, to get between 44 and Preston Highway, you're going to have to make this detour into Shepherdsville and then to Preston. That's going to be the case with this road being closed down until mid-May. So once again, get a jump start on it as we're already starting to see heavy traffic there on 44. From the Oxmoor Auto Group Traffic Center, I'm Mike Marshall with WDRB Traffic.
New this morning, an ambulance hit a tree in Pleasure Ridge Park. LMPD says the crash happened around 4:30 this morning on Gagel Avenue. Officers say the ambulance had 2 crew members and a patient on board. They were headed to St. Mary and Elizabeth Hospital when the driver lost control. All 3 people were taken to the hospital but are expected to be okay.
Happening today, a man accused of a fatal September shooting is due in court. 36-year-old Dantes Edwards is charged with murder, possession of a handgun by a convicted felon, and unlawful transaction with a minor. The shooting happened September 28th at West Market Street and Dr. W.J. Hodge Street. The victim died at the scene. Edwards will be arraigned at 3:30.
Several people were rescued when their apartment building caught fire in southern Indiana. This happened yesterday morning around 9 at the Clark Arms apartment building on Market Street in Jeffersonville. The Jeffersonville Fire Department says the fire was found on the 5th floor of that building. Several residents were evaluated by EMS on scene but then released. The cause of the fire still under investigation right now.
A new video obtained by WDRB. We're hearing directly from the former LMPD officer who hit and killed a man in April. She was responding to a call driving 95 miles per hour without her lights and siren on. WDRB's Dalton Godby reveals what she told investigators during an interview months after the incident.
Officer Alyssa Beagle was quiet and spoke softly as LMPD's internal investigators asked her questions about that fatal wreck. Beagle, who resigned from LMPD in the midst of her 30-day suspension, struggled to remember the details.
Units of 5 Adam on Greenhaven.
You're watching dash cam video from LMPD officer Alyssa Beagle's cruiser on April 2nd of this year, responding to help EMS with a disorderly patient.
EMS requesting the police code 3, trouble with a restrained patient.
Witnesses say they saw this cruiser speeding by on Fern Valley Road, but with no lights and no sirens.
I seen that it said the officer was on their way to an emergency call, and I just noticed that the officer never had on any emergency lights.
Moments later, impact. The LMPD cruiser and a black Cadillac were both mangled in the aftermath of a crash that proved to be deadly. The driver of that Cadillac, who police say was drunk, was 61-year-old Charles Briscoe. He died at the scene. Beagle was seriously hurt and treated for several days in the hospital as LMPD launched an internal investigation into the tragic crash. It found Beagle was driving 95 miles per hour in a 45 miles per hour zone without activating lights or sirens or her body camera device, and that she did not brake before impact of the crash.
The last thing I remember is just being at Shepherdsville, Fern Valley, and then that was it. And then next memory was waking up in the hospital.
This is newly obtained video that shows Beagle's interview with LMPD's Professional Standards Unit months after the crash.
Do you recall responding to this run or advising that you had MetroSafe that you were responding?
I can't remember.
Beagle answers questions quietly as she's asked about responding to the call for service.
You can go ahead and hit play whenever you're ready.
Investigators play this audio from dispatch.
Sorry. I need flow, clear.
Was that you?
That was me.
Okay.
Beagle confirms it is her, but struggles to remember any details from that night.
Is there a reason that if you were responding to this emergency incident, why you would not have your lights and siren in continuous operation?
As of right now, just because I don't have any memory of that moment, I don't know.
This investigation is what led Chief Paul Humphrey to pass down a 30-day suspension, but Beagle resigned before the end of that period. She told WDRB through her attorney that she decided she didn't want to move forward in law enforcement, adding, "Not a day goes by, I wish this never happened." LMPD's Public Integrity Unit, which investigates officers criminally, originally turned its case over to the Commonwealth Attorney's Office, which presented the case to a grand jury. That jury declined to indict Beagle on a charge of second-degree manslaughter. Dalton Godby, WDRB News.
One of the pilots killed in the UPS plane crash got an emotional goodbye over the weekend. Cynthia Jones took these photos and video and shared them with us. The flight she was on from Louisville was also transporting the body of UPS pilot Dana Diamond back to Dallas. Passengers were told about it. Diamond's family, along with pilots, airport staff, and UPS employees, all lined the tarmac as his remains were put on the American Airlines flight. Jones says once the plane landed in Dallas, passengers waited until Diamond's family was escorted off.
Everybody was real respectful, and then as they were passing up the aisle, you could hear people saying, prayers are with you, and bless your family and stuff. So, yeah, it was really very touching, very sad.
Diamond was one of the 3 pilots and 11 others on the ground who have died following the crash on November 4th. Over the weekend, the FAA grounded more planes as the investigation continues into what the cause is of that crash. In addition to the MD-11, which was grounded on November 8th, the FAA has now also grounded various models of the MD-10 aircraft as well as DC-10 planes.
President Trump had a change of heart. Now he's calling on Republicans in the House to release the classified Jeffrey Epstein files.
Trump says Republicans should vote to release the files to prove he was not involved in Epstein's crimes. Several Republican lawmakers and House Democrats have wanted for some time to release the files. A bill to do so is expected to have enough votes to pass the House, but maybe not the Senate. President Trump says talks with Venezuela's president may be on the table.
We may be having some discussions with Maduro, and we'll see how that turns out. They would like to talk. What does it mean? You tell me. I don't know. You want to talk to them? I talk to anybody. I talk to you, right?
The State Department has also announced it will designate a Venezuelan-based drug cartel as a foreign terrorist organization. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says the cartel has ties directly to Venezuela's president, Nicolas Maduro. President Trump says he continues to weigh military action in Venezuela. Over the weekend, the Pentagon announced another strike on an alleged drug boat, killing 3 people on board. The Louisville women picked up an early conference win.
We'll show you highlights from the Cards' gritty win on the road, and we'll talk live with head coach Jeff Walls. Keith?
you got to stop by the sweet shop at the Wonderland of Trees here at Kosera Shrine Center. There's Becky. She's in charge. She says that I can have everything. At least one of everything. At least one of everything. But you have to pay, of course. And it's going back to the Kosera Shrine Center. When we come back, we'll talk about the Wonderland of Trees, how you can participate coming up on WDRB Mornings.
In the wintertime, Lanesville, Indiana is referred to as the icebox of southern Indiana. Usually some of the coldest air seeps in there down in that chili bowl where it's 26 degrees this morning. Debbie Myrick, thank you for the frosty photos. Sun is up now. We're going to warm up quite a bit today. Coming up, haven't you heard? Rain is the word. There's lots of rain in our forecast along with thunderstorms, super soakers likely, letting you know if any storms will turn severe.
Times.
U of L women opened with open conference play with a win yesterday. The 22nd ranked Cards traveled to Clemson. Louisville down early, but they finished the first quarter on a 5-0 run. Laura Ziegler and Raina Scott leading the way. Now we're going to jump ahead to the third quarter. Imari Berry driving to the basket here. She puts the Cards up by 10. All 9 of her points came in the third quarter. Clemson cut the lead to 4 in the fourth, but Taj Roberts knocking down the deep 2 here to stop the Tigers' run, and Louisville beats Clemson 65-54.
We are so pleased to have head coach Jeff Walz joining us this morning, talk a little bit about hoops and about the season. Start with this, with the first game out of the gate with UConn. What does that do when you play a team like that first?
Well, you find out real quick where you are. You know, it was a great opportunity for us. Obviously, everything got changed up with our government shutdown.
Sure.
We were supposed to play in Germany on the Air Force Base. Ended up playing in Annapolis at the Naval Academy, which was a remarkable experience. Our players, we all had the opportunity to have lunch with all the midshipmen.
Nice.
wow.
They all eat at the exact same time.
Yeah.
It was just, and we had a few speakers that came in and talked to them. Just the basketball game was great, but I think the experience that they all got trumped it by far.
Now you have a pretty young squad, and you're coming off of years with leaders like Olivia Cochran, you know, some veterans on there. Talk about how this squad is different and what you're expecting over the season. Are we going to see a lot of growth?
We need to.
That's Coach honesty right
I'm
there.
hoping. It's a great group. We did bring in Laura Ziegler, obviously with a lot of experience, but our returning players with Amari and Taj and McKinley Randolph, Alif, a lot of young kids that played a year or two that are now really taking on more responsibility. We're playing hard. We've just got to play more consistent. So thrilled to get a win on the road. Conference play, obviously it was early in the year.
Sure.
So, but it was nice to have one under our belt. Now we've got some games coming up here that are going to be some exciting ones.
We were just chatting before we came on the air. You've been with U of L for 19 seasons, coaching for a long time at this point. How is NIL and the transfer portal continue to kind of change the opportunities for your players, but also how you recruit?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Crazy.
There's really
Never
no
stops.
other word to put it. It's
Honest answer.
the goalposts change each day, each week. You're trying to figure out what rules to play within, and then everybody's trying to figure out how can you maximize it. You know, it's just a situation where you're still recruiting, but you are paying for players. You're buying them. So it's a matter of who can you afford. Not everybody's playing with the same. So, you know, you might go find somebody you really like, you offer them an amount, and it's doubled by another school. So you've got a budget you're working within. The days of just going out and trying to outwork someone and trying to build relationship with families, players, friends, neighbors, grandparents, you know, that's still part of it, but it's not necessarily the biggest part of it. Right. So it's changed, but we've just got to figure out a way to adapt to it and make the best of it.
I think sometimes that means you just have to be a really good judge of talent, maybe finding those diamonds in the rough. You know, if you can spot somebody with potential more than immediate. But then again, people expect you to win all the time, so they want you to bring in the star right away.
Yes, and we've built expectations here, which is great.
Yeah.
And then you're getting to a point where you find that one you really like, and you develop and they get better, and then all of a sudden someone offers them twice as much as you're paying.
To go somewhere
So
else.
it's really, it's sad in some ways because we're used to having players that have been here for 4 years. Your Dana Evans, your Asia Durs, Erica Carters, Maisha's, kids that they come in as a freshman and our fans get to know them through 4 years. Now I tell them all, it's year by year. You've got to embrace the year that you're in. Can't even think about, okay, who's coming back next year, because you really don't know. And then you've got to figure it out at the end of the year, how are we putting a team back in place to prepare for the following year?
Okay, talk to us about preparing for Kentucky this weekend. We know that you know Kenny Brooks very well.
Yep. Well, we've got Morehead State on Wednesday,
Right.
so
Yeah.
not
Before
going to pass them up. I
Right.
mean, there have been some crazy games. Pittsburgh just lost to Scranton last night, a Division III team at home. You can't look past anyone. But Kentucky's going to be a very good game. We had an overtime game at their place last year and lost. But overall, I think we're both very well balanced. We're very competitive. And it should be a great game. Hopefully, we'll have a fantastic crowd in there at 2 o'clock.
It'll definitely be good for the fans.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming by. It's always great to see you.
Thank you both. Appreciate
Best
it.
wishes on the season. I know it's young at this point, so I can't wait to watch.
It's going fast.
All right, Kosera celebrating the holiday season with its Wonderland of Trees. Keith Kaiser is there this morning learning how this event helps the community. Keith?
It's Kosera Christmas, Wonderland of Trees. There's Becky Boston right here. Were you in charge of the sweet shop this year?
I am in charge
And
of the
last
sweet shop.
year?
And last year,
And
yes.
last year. This has been some great stuff here. But it's all about the trees. You know, everybody's decorating trees. We got a shopper right there. Oh, hey, what? Back up, back up. Let me see you some money. Let me see some money. But let's take a look at some of these trees. 57 trees that people have contributed and worked their magic. You did 4 of them this year.
I've decorated 4 of the trees this year, yes.
What are some themes?
We have Smurf, we have a forest tree, we have a tropical, and we have Santa's Workshop.
And underneath are some gifts, some prizes, some
Presents, lots of presents.
And really, you just buy a $1 raffle ticket, you drop it in the bucket, and that could be yours
Absolutely.
on Saturday night.
You can have everything under the tree.
And then, of course, the gifts here, the sweets, which you can purchase. And what are we looking at here? Who contributed to this?
The Ladies Oriental Club made most of it. We had some home bakers donate, some of our karaoke regulars, and then the Nobles ladies all donated.
You still have to pay for that, Grinch. Go get some cash and bring it back. There you go. You talked about karaoke. What's your go-to karaoke song or artist?
My artist is Prince.
Prince?
It's gotta be.
Oh, my little red Corvette, da-da, driving it way too fast. And then, of course, this is delicious. Oh, and hot cocoa.
We added hot chocolate bar this year.
Hot chocolate bar. Can you divvy me up some of that? I would like extra marshmallows, please. It's a Wonderland of Trees happening throughout this whole week. You can come in and bid on some of those trees. And then on Saturday night, they're going to be giving them away. Tonight, Bunko. Line dancing tomorrow night. A night with Elvis on Wednesday. Karaoke on Thursday. A murder mystery dinner on Friday. Saturday morning is breakfast with Santa. And then you got the party happening on Saturday night. Thank you very much.
That's very hot.
Whoa, that was very hot. Jude, check it out. Hot
Check it
cocoa with
out.
some marshmallows.
Keith, what's your karaoke jam?
I go with What a Wonderful World, Louis Armstrong.
Louis.
It's very short. Skies are blue, clouds are white. God bless the day and God sacred night.
And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Love it, man. Here we are outside where it's cold, but it's not going to be cold all day. We're going to warm up a lot. Look at the Christmas decorations. We're ready for Wednesday, lighting up the jingle trees on Wednesday as we begin to hang the ornaments. It's a sunny, special kind of day as we take it well into the 50s. Mid to upper 50s, we can keep on going. Let's get to the important part of this weather forecast. Tomorrow morning at about this exact same time, there'll be some green on the radar, scattered showers showing up. Some of the rain's going to intensify throughout the day. It will gradually get heavier. It starts out as a cold rain, not cold enough that it's snowing, but in the 40s, pretty unpleasant. It's a good thing we have enough cold air locked in. That would limit severe weather chances, but some thunderstorms will happen. There'll be some embedded lightning in here throughout the day. There should be some gaps in between the downpours and showers, a lot of clouds. By day's end, heading into the evening ahead of the front, we should maintain some low 60s across Kentucky, maybe a little bit cooler up north, but enough juice, enough fuel potentially that an isolated strong to severe storm could come in across Kentucky late in the day. I think most of this is just going to be some gushing rain at times. And then on Wednesday, leftover clouds, but we shouldn't have to worry about a lot of rain. Wednesday's rain potential is much lower, down to about 20%. It's crazy to think that we're going to show you the lightning tracker coming off of the 20s this morning and all of the frost, but mid-morning through the afternoon, even with those temps in the 40s and low 50s, some lightning can occur, and that'll be through tomorrow night. That front moves south, and then we have to wait until late Thursday into Friday for the next wave of rain that will be heavy at times. So as we show you all of the expectations of rain that's going to pile up, and you'll be able to see it in the rain gauge, 1 to 2 inches across all of Kentuckiana. And if you happen to be in one of those areas where the thunderstorms occurs, you could easily exceed 2 inches of rain over the course of the next 5 to 6 days. There it is. There's your 7-day forecast. What we have right now is the coldest, maybe not even into the 30s in Louisville after today. We'll see highs in the upper 50s and low 60s, Mike.
Yeah, if today's the coldest mornings of the next couple of days, ka-ching, we hit the jackpot. All right, let's take a look out. We have a little heavy spot here as you're coming out of downtown, 64 eastbound. That's Grinstead Drive right at the tunnels. You can definitely see where traffic's a little slow. Now, right there, that's a little tough to see with that front end of that car. It's about 2 foot shorter than it used to be about an hour ago. So one crash working right there, blocking that right-hand lane just before the tunnels. From the Oxmoor Auto Group Traffic Center, I'm Mike Marshall with WDRB Traffic.
Thanks, Mike. A Texas state trooper was sent home early from a college football game.
The run-in with a player that was caught by the broadcast crew. A Texas Department of Public Safety trooper was sent home after an incident with a South Carolina football player during Saturday's game against Texas A&M.
It was the second quarter when junior wide receiver Nick Harbor scored an 80-yard touchdown, and his momentum took him into the tunnel at Kyle Field, kind of hobbling off with a limp. Well, as Harbor and some of his teammates came back down the tunnel, the trooper was headed up the tunnel and appeared to bump into Harbor and another player. You'll see it here in a moment. Watch it happen. Kind of shoulders through him. And then the trooper turns and yells at the players. Texas A&M said the trooper was relieved of his game day assignment and sent home. South Carolina ended up losing to Texas 31-30.
JCPS will meet to discuss the overcrowding issues at Echo Trail Middle School tomorrow night.
The plan they'll consider that has a lot of parents unhappy.
Plus, Thanksgiving is next week. The holiday staples that would cost you more because of the tariffs.
Whether you're
Here's looking at you, E-Town. Bright sunshine this morning. All right, we got the sunshine, but we got the cooler air with us.
Even yesterday afternoon was dramatically cooler than Saturday, and I had on like some shorts and a t-shirt, and I went out to the backyard. I thought, whoa, turned right back around and got a sweatshirt.
This
is
is
pretty chilly.
That time of the year when you don't really know what exactly you're supposed to be putting on. You always need that zip up or a hoodie or something.
Pulling your leg, yanking your chain, right? Near record highs Saturday in the 70s, well into the 70s. Average temps yesterday, seasonable, but such a dramatic change that even temps in the 50s to around 60 felt like something. Well, how about today as we have bottomed out into the 20s and 30s, but now it's up because the sunshine is out and about and it is showing off. We should be near 58 for a high. Light wind, a light and variable wind, maybe 5 miles per hour. It's going to get windier in our future. It's also going to get a lot stormier. And it's not going to take long for this warm front to arrive. Tomorrow begins the rain parade that moves on through. From time to time, heavy rain, thunderstorms. Spring will be in the air. We'll let you know if any storm's going to turn severe. We'll see if we can find any winter weather. You know what, week and a half heading towards Thanksgiving. Sometimes you have to worry about some snow and ice and all sorts of bad stuff for travel, Mike.
Yeah, you don't want to be running over to grandma's house, you know, with it snowing and pouring down rain, all that other stuff, whatever could come our way. I like it to be a nice, sunny, steady day. All right, as we're heading out, we look over at 64. We still see some problems coming out of downtown because right when you get to the tunnels at Grinstead Drive, we have this car now off to the far right shoulder. The fire department on scene now blocking that right-hand lane. So as we're reduced to one lane, you see that traffic backed up into downtown. This is westbound 64 out near the Oxmoor Farm overpass, essentially just before you reach the Watershed Expressway. One crash here blocking that middle lane. From the Oxmoor Auto Group Traffic Center, I'm Mike Marshall with WDRB Traffic.
Happening today, a court appearance for the man accused of hitting another person in the head with a baseball bat. 62-year-old Willie Balden was arrested yesterday. The citation says Balden attacked the victim during an argument in the parking lot of a convenience store on West Market Street. The victim was taken to the hospital with serious head injuries. Balden is charged with assault. His arraignment is set for 9 a.m.
LMPD investigating a double shooting in Fern Creek. This happened on Keegan Way off Fairground Road near Billtown Road. 2 women were shot around 1 yesterday morning. Both were taken to University Hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Right now, LMPD is following leads on a possible suspect and believes the shooting was domestic violence related.
JCPS wants to redraw the boundary lines to eliminate overcrowding at its newest middle school. The board will talk about Echo Trail tomorrow. The district's projections say the middle school in the East End will be a third over capacity next year if nothing's done. JCPS wants to move students living north of I-64 and west of Ahala Golf Club to Crosby Middle School at the beginning of the next school year. It's 8 miles away and only 3/4 full. Current Echo Trail students could stay, but 5th graders face a tough transition as the path to middle school now splits them from friends.
It's a joke! It's breaking my heart because I don't have faith in the system. And I'm about to switch my children to, I don't know, we're talking private. I never would have ever thought that.
The board meeting starts at 6 tomorrow night at the district's central office off Newburgh Road. Some are worried high grocery prices could spoil their Thanksgiving menu this year.
Many people are already struggling to afford food.
Jen Sullivan explains why the holiday meal will likely cost more.
Outside the King Center in Atlanta, long lines of cars as people wait for free food to be handed out at this Thanksgiving food drive.
This is going to make a tremendous difference.
Miss Williams works part-time, but she says it's not enough to put food on her table. And it's not just Thanksgiving she worries about.
It's every day. It's tonight. I need dinner for tonight.
Her story is like so many others as the cost of food continues to rise.
We've seen an increased need. We've seen seniors coming that need assistance. We've seen families.
The government shutdown put a strain on already busy food banks, with millions of food stamp recipients not receiving assistance through the federally funded Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program known as SNAP, and hundreds of thousands of federal workers not getting paid. But rising food costs are making groceries more expensive for everyone.
But for many families, they're still struggling to put food on their table and keep that roof over their heads.
Average grocery prices are up nearly 3% from last September, according to the latest Consumer Price Index report. Prices for key Thanksgiving staples like potatoes, meats, fresh vegetables, and bakery products are all up. And tariffs have caused the price of many imported items like wine to jump. One wine store says prices are 5 to 12% higher this year. There is some good news. On Friday, President Donald Trump signed an executive order that retroactively lowered tariffs on beef, tomatoes, coffee, and bananas, as well as other products coming from agricultural imports. I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
A record number of Americans could be traveling for the Thanksgiving holiday.
AAA projects about 82 million Americans will travel at least 50 miles from home next week. That number is up more than 1.5 million travelers over last year. 73 million people are expected to drive. Transportation company INRIX says the Tuesday and Wednesday afternoon before Thanksgiving will be the busiest days on the road. The FAA has lifted flight restrictions at 40 major airports across the country, including at Louisville's airport.
The transportation secretary says airports are no longer seeing staff shortages. now that the government shutdown has ended. The news comes just in time for Thanksgiving holiday, which is usually the busiest air travel period of the year. Experts say passengers still need to check their airline's app for delays or cancellations.
Major construction project is starting today on I-71.
Crews are going to widen this 2-mile stretch here of 71 between Spaghetti Junction and Zorn Avenue. One lane will be added in each direction. KYTC says nightly lane closures are possible from 7 p.m. to 5 a.m., but during rush hour, all 4 existing lanes will stay open to help keep traffic moving. The project is supposed to be done in the fall of 2027.
Construction at the KFC Yum Center is going to limit downtown drivers' access to the 3rd Street ramp from River Road. Eastbound River Road will be closed between 2nd and 3rd Streets until January. Crews will reopen the road during big events like concerts or ball games. The road closures are for construction on the Yum Center roof. Because the work area is shifting, 3rd Street is reopening between Main and River Road. Roadwork starts today on Bells Mill Road in Shepherdsville.
The bridge on Bells Mill needs structural work and will be closed for 6 months. More than 10,000 vehicles use that bridge every day. It connects Highway 44 to Preston Highway. The project will cost $2.5 million. The bridge is expected to be reopened in mid-May.
WDRB weather, sponsored by Big O Tires.
Here's a look at the next 24 hours, and it's going to get very active after midnight tonight. Some scattered showers. Not just rain tomorrow. We're going to put some thunderstorms in the mix, discussing any severe weather possibility and looking ahead to an active forecast when the rain is the heaviest over the next 7.
So many different themed trees here. Wonderland of trees here at the Kosare Shrine Center. Oh, a Christmas vacation one. There's Chevy Chase back there. Oh, the family portrait. All sorts of things that go along with the movie. And you can get it for $1 because you put the ticket in the bucket. It could be drawn out on Saturday night. Oh, there's Cousin Eddie's RV right there. When we come back, we'll explore some of the trees and how you can participate coming up on the plane and guiding us through the day. This is a tree with $501 bills on it. It could be yours for $1 if your name is drawn on Saturday night. It's the Wonderland of Trees, Kosare Christmas. There's Sean Beasley right there. A divan here at the Kosare Shrine Center. What is a divan, if people ask?
Leadership committee, sir.
So you're making sure that everybody's going according to plan, and this is the 4th year of doing this this festival, and it's just a great time. All week long, you're going to be doing things.
Yes, sir. Yes,
What's
sir.
going to happen this week?
Well, we start out today with the bunco.
Yep.
Tomorrow's line dancing.
Yeah.
Wednesday will be Night with Elvis.
Nice.
And then Thursday we do our weekly karaoke. Friday night murder mystery. And then Saturday be the big giveaway, breakfast with Santa, and a big day. We'll have a big time.
And how you get one of these trees is you come in all this week, and you can get a ticket, a raffle ticket for $1, drop it in the bucket, and you're going to draw out those names on Saturday night. How special is this for you guys?
Well, it's a good fundraiser for our fraternity, and also it's good for our community.
Yeah. And there's, I think, through the marketplace here, you can buy stuff here. You can do some the karaoke again on Thursday night, and then what was the other thing over there? The sweet shop.
Yeah,
the sweet shop. And the train set out there. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, and another thing, we're giving away a $7,000 cruise Saturday night at 7 p.m.
So that's a $10 raffle ticket.
$10.
And then you put your name in the hat, and it could be drawn out.
Yes,
now,
sir.
you helped do this one.
Yes.
You got your hands dirty on this tree.
Oh, well, look at the excavation equipment. You have to get dirty.
You got to get dirty. So many different trees, 57 to choose from. Come in and drop your ticket in, and you go home with something nice. Jude, look at that one. Got already the toys underneath and everything.
Oh, yeah. That Lindsay just said she wants that one. That is the one, Keith. So if there's any way you can make it happen. She's been watching this like that tree and that tree and that tree and that tree. It's awesome. Good stuff, Keith. It's about 20 degrees colder right now than this time yesterday. That's how much cooler air came in quickly behind that front. But you know what it also delivers? Beautiful sky conditions for sun lovers. 35 right now in Louisville. and talk about amateur hour in the wind department. It's been windy the last few weeks, so these are special days when you don't have to worry about things moving around. Only at 3 miles per hour, light and variable winds. 34 in E-Town, beautiful Hardin County. Wanted to show that off. I want to show off as much as Kentuckiana as humanly possible. Bardstown 36, Seymour 35. So at least most places now going above freezing as the frost melts away. 5 p.m., all good. Mid to upper 50s for the high, exactly around the average for this time frame in November. How are we doing this evening into the early overnight? Close to midnight, clouds are thickening. As these move in, the temperatures will level off. We'll be in the mid 40s for an average low temperature. Not cold enough that it's snowing tomorrow morning, but a cold rain with those 40s and scattered showers for the morning drive. It's not going to be the best. It's not going to be the most pleasant Tuesday. The sun is gone. While it might not rain all day, it's almost 100% promise that we will get hit with multiple rounds of showers, and some of it will get heavier. Even with temperatures in the 40s and 50s, there will be some embedded thunder. One thing to point out, the thunder might sound a little different tomorrow. It's like, what do you... Thunder goes boom, right? But here's the thing. From the surface up to a few thousand feet in the sky, it will actually get warmer upstairs. That puts a lid on things, so when lightning strikes, heats the air and makes that thunder roll, it really can't escape the ground because of that lid up there. So it is extra loud. You're going to hear some boom, and it rolls and stays booming. So there you go. It might sound a little different. Tomorrow afternoon, where we get the most warmth, probably I-64 down south, temps trying to get their way into the low 60s, enough instability that there is a low-end threat for an isolated strong to severe storm, maybe a couple hail makers out there. As we look at tomorrow night into our Wednesday, well, the clouds are here, but the rain chances leave with that cold front. The rain chance on Wednesday is small, 20%. Thursday starts off without rain. Thursday ends with developing showers. As long as this low pressure doesn't go farther north, the risk for thunderstorms in this environment will be slim. That low pressure definitely keeps a good chance for some of those showers, though, on and off, and some locally heavy rain. There's one more look at that first round coming in with that storm. See how it's a little farther north? That's why tomorrow, I think, might hold an isolated strong storm potential, but the rain will come down in buckets at times, 1 to 2 inches across Kentucky and locally higher amounts. But it's not going to be cold after today. After the 30s that we had today, we might not even dip below 40 degrees for the next 7 all the way through early next week. And leading up to Thanksgiving, Mike, it doesn't look like it's going to get cold just yet. That's probably going to come just after Thanksgiving.
I like the high temperature as well, you know?
Yeah.
Not too cold, not too hot, kind of just right there. All right, getting out this morning, we're seeing some backups over on 64 westbound from Blankenbaker. There's Hurstbourne. And then about the Oxmoor Farm overpass where we had this crash, they've moved everybody. They were in this middle lane, and they moved everybody over to the far right shoulder. So that's good news, but you can see that traffic running a little heavy there behind that. And then over at Grinstead Drive, eastbound 64, still had the fire department blocking that right-hand lane just before you reach the tunnels. And that's also caused a little bit of a delay right back into Spaghetti Junction. From the Oxmoor Auto Group Traffic Center, I'm Mike Marshall with WDRB Traffic.
We are trying to answer another viewer question in this edition of WDRB Mornings, or Dear WDRB Mornings. That's what we call it. Sorry, there's a word missing there.
You're all right. Lindsay.
Ron Burgundy.
Yeah, whatever, right. Lindsay Allen over here is going to have to pick between 2 food items she's not a fan of. It's one or the other.
Viewers
you must
want
choose.
to know.
Which one do I hate more?
First, the Mega Millions jackpot for tomorrow. $50 million. Saturday's Powerball, $570 million. We're back at 8:52. Some VIPs help distribute food to people who might not otherwise have a Thanksgiving meal.
Louisville native and retired NFL player Devontae Parker and Saints defensive back Quincy Riley, who also played for the Cards, helped pass out the food. This was part of the Superstar Market's annual Thanksgiving giveaway. It happened yesterday in Nulu. Turkeys, canned goods, other items loaded into cars as people pulled up.
It's a lot to me. Didn't grow up have the best situation growing up, so doing something like this for the community means a ton to me. To be able to even be in this position to do this is a blessing.
It's just a good thing, and coming back here and supporting Ollie with what his turkey drive, what he has going on, is it's a good thing for the community.
More than 150 turkeys were handed out, and organizers hope to grow the event next year. A senior at St. X High School is remembering his mom while helping his community.
Dylan Boone created the nonprofit organization Touch of Tara in memory of his mom, Tara, who died unexpectedly in January of last year. The organization's first project is assembling 500 ready-to-go backpacks for homeless people in Louisville. Volunteers gathered this weekend at St. X to put the backpacks together. To date, Dylan has raised more than $12,000 for the organization. Congress will vote this week on whether to release all of the Epstein files.
The reason President Trump is now urging Republicans to do it.
Plus, WDRB obtained new video of LMPD's investigation into the former officer involved in a fatal April crash. Hear how she responded when she was questioned about what happened.